I saw a movie recently called What the Bleep Do We Know?
Yes.
And they talked about
Well, what the bleep do you know?
Well, it made clear we didn't know much, and the things that we thought we knew we didn't. But they talked about the timeline being fluctuating. I mean, we create our own reality from this point, and our power is now. But for instance, when Esther had all those wonderful numbers lining up for her on her odometer and Jerry at the same time, do you, or does the universe or someone go back and into the timeline, because there's no time from where you are, so you can enter it at any point, and alter things so that the numbers line up?
It's not really about that. In fact, it's not really about time. This is a big subject, but we are going to bring it round for you in a way that you can really hear it. As you're here in these physical bodies, in your time-space reality, all of this time and space that you are interpreting is so that you have a stable platform from which to move forward. In other words, every now and again, Esther will awaken from a dream, and in her dreams, she is in different places, different times. She moves forward in time, backwards in time. She's all over the planet. And when she awakens, she always feels such a sense of appreciation as she reaches over to make sure. It's the first thing she does whenever she awakens. She reaches over for where Jerry is or where he has been, and looks for her sense of continuity. She just loves going to sleep and waking up and having a sense of continuity. Although sometimes when she pushes the buttons that makes the shades go up in the monster bus, she is a bit surprised at where they are because she's forgotten they drove there yesterday. But it's a nice continuity, this time-space reality in which you are living. And that's what the time really is about. It's so that you can interface with one another, interact with one another in a way that you can sort of get your thoughts around. But whether you are on the West Coast or the East Coast or on the other side of the planet, or whether you are in the non-physical where there is no time zone at all, it is all happening now. And that's the thing that we most want you to understand. When you're thinking in terms of time, the one factor that you have to accept is that it is all happening now, any point of consciousness. This is a big universe, and there is a lot of thought that is happening, but no matter where it is happening and no matter with whom it is happening, it is all happening now, you see. And so when you think about it all happening now, and then you say, well, then how is it that things line up? And we say, because law of attraction knows what's in everybody's vibrational escrow. In other words, that vibrational escrow is the preparatory place. That's where things are coming together. And law of attraction is the manager of that, you see. So sometimes something will happen, like you were talking about, odometers will line up or mileposts will line up. Esther has a clock on the ceiling that shines on the ceiling in the monster bus, and she wakes up often in the night at 222, 333, 444, 555. She's waiting for 666. She's a little worried about that one. And so the other morning she awakened several times. She saw 1111 when she laid down. She saw 111, 222, 333, 444. It was such an interesting night. And after she saw 555, she said, there, that's done. There's no more ceiling alignment for me tonight. And when she awakened next, the time and temperature were the identical numbers. And she said, there's no end to the universe's ability to surprise and delight us. So is that fairies of the universe manipulating things, or is it fairies of the universe inspiring you who have desire to the focus and the action to cause you to rendezvous with those things that you want? And that's the way law of attraction works. When you have a desire and you have focused upon it often so that it's very active in your vibration, so active in fact, and you've made such peace with where you are in relationship that the only vibration within you on that subject is the active vibration of what you are desiring, the universe has to line you up with things like that. And the timing of it really is about how fast you got. You don't set your radio dial. We don't ever see you at the tuner on your radio dial saying, well, I've got it on the right channel and I guess it'll be about an hour or 2 hours before I get the signal. You don't say, I've set the radio station on the channel and tomorrow I will hear the music. You expect that once you get the alignment in place, that it's going to be an immediate manifestation. And the same thing is true with the timing of all of these things that you're talking about. The timing is about the perfection of the alignment. And we want you to hear, and oh, if you could hear this, it would revolutionize the way you live your life. The timing or the alignment that we're talking about is your personal alignment between what you want and where you are on the subject. It doesn't have anything to do like you think it does with all those others out there with whom you think you are rendezvousing. Because the universe has the ability, once you're in alignment with your desires, to fill in the missing parts of those with whom you will create with a myriad of other possibilities. There are so many ways of pleasing you and giving you what you want. This time-space reality is abundant with probabilities. And the probabilities that show up in your life don't have to do with the universe mixing and matching and getting all the cups lined up in just the right way. It has to do with what's out there in your immediate vicinity when you lock on to your alignment. And when you lock on, that's when you're going to have your point, you see. So it is potentially possible for you to get so in sync with who you are and what you want, and so expectant, as our friend was saying, once one thing happens, it's easy to expect the next, that you just move from wonderful experience to wonderful experience to wonderful experience. It's like everybody's there to open your door, to pave the way for you, to say yes, to be there with the right words, the right experience, the right equipment, the right whatever at the right time. But the time is only about your alignment. We prefer, rather than talking about time, to talk about the expansion. In other words, before you had this conversation with us, less had been expressed in this time-space reality on this subject. We really have gone into a leading-edge place as a result of this conversation. This combination of projectors of thought has never been before unto all of the universe. And so, because of this interaction, the universe has expanded. So that means it is now more than it just was. Before our conversation, it was less, and now it is more. And when you think in terms of it becoming more, then you realize there's no going back to what was before. In fact, that's one of the troubles that so many of you have, is that you can't go back from where you are. When the time-space reality in which you are living has caused a rocket of desire to exude out of you, that rocket of desire that is now accompanied by Source and all of its resources, you cannot pull back from that. You cannot become less than you have been. So those who talk about other times, or those who talk about moving back in time or moving around in time, they're just trying to find a way to help physical beings get a sense of the broader universe. But we promise you, you are not moving back from now. You're always now moving forward. And if you could get your thoughts around that relative to time, it would serve you.
Thank you very much.
Enough?
Yes, I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.